Hello, everyone. Welcome to EVTN News. I'm your host, John, the Son of Thunder, and today we have not a ton of stories, but some interesting ones, so we can just jump right into it. So, Bishop Dominique Ray, age 72, has announced his resignation as Bishop of Frejus-Toulon in a letter dated January 7th. Under his leadership, the Diocese of Frejus-Toulon has many priestly vocations. So he is a bishop who presumably is inspiring to some people. And in his statement, Monsignor Ray recalled that on November 21st, 2022, Francis appointed Bishop Francois Touvet as coadjutor bishop with full governmental faculties. So he can fully govern the diocese. At the same time, Francis told Bishop Ray privately to accept this collaboration in a fraternal spirit and not to resign. So, let's see if. All right, so the ordinations had actually been suspended, so Bishop Ray could not ordain priests for quite a while. At least it was definitely over a year. And so, let's see here. Bishop Ray said, at the end of a first year in which the suspension of ordinations had been lifted for almost all the candidates, the nuncio informed me that the Holy Father was asking me to resign as diocesan bishop of Frejus-Toulon, without me having been aware of any new elements in relation to those that had motivated the appointment of the coadjutor bishop. The ultimate criterion for discernment for Bishop Ray is to remain, here's his quote, to remain obedient to the successor of Peter. So Bishop Ray, age 72, was pressured to resign because he had a lot of seminarians. That's basically, it appears that is the reason why Francis pressured him to resign. Now, it looks like Bishop Ray is just being bullied by Francis. I mean, he's forced into retirement 3 years before his mandatory retirement age. And Bishop Strickland was, of course, forced to resign, as was a bishop in Puerto Rico. I forget his name. If I saw it, I'd probably know it. But the Bishop of Puerto Rico was skeptical of the virus as a virus church, and so he was forced to resign presumably for that reason. So I guess it's if you have too many if a bishop has too many seminarians, and he's into allowing Catholics to celebrate Mass in the way that their ancestors did, then he's definitely under a microscope of the Vatican, and he'll probably be pressured to resign. So, I mean, Bishop Ray is certainly not Francis's last target. There's no question about that. So I wonder who will be the next target the next diocesan bishop that Francis will force to resign and pick. So Bishop Ray is not. Bishop Ray is no longer a bishop, although he basically, I mean, once Francis undermined his authority by appointing the coadjutor bishop, which I actually got a comment the one time. I have no idea what this person was thinking, but they said they were, I think they were very critical of me for saying that Bishop Ray's authority was completely undermined whenever Francis appointed a coadjutor bishop, and they seemed to they seem to say, like, you have no idea what a coadjutor bishop is, and I was like, yeah, I know what it is, but this says there's no reason why Francis needed to appoint a coadjutor bishop. I mean, it's completely out of line, but completely in line with what Francis has done throughout the entirety of his pontificate. So, just a sad story, and Bishop Ray slowly fades away into obscurity, and You know, I wish he would be bold enough to speak up like Strickland. So, all right, moving on. The Archdiocese of New York issued a notice to priests and staff in December discouraging the installation of altar rails in churches because they would, quote, suggest a posture for receiving Holy Communion other than the official stated norm of standing. Well, and this is more proof. This is more proof that these bishops belong to a different religion than the Catholic faith, than the Roman Catholic faith, because kneeling is the norm for receiving communion, and no modernist can change that. The memo found in the December 2024 combined mailing from the Vicar General says some pastors have been inquiring about reinstalling an altar rail. According to the current directives, there is no need for it. The general instruction of the Roman Missal specifies that the normal posture for the reception of communion is standing. To install a rail would suggest a posture other than the germ's stated norm. No one is sure where the impetus for this is originating, but it seems to be picking up a bit of steam, the notice concludes. So we're picking, no one is sure where the impetus for this is originating. Oh, I wonder if it's one of the surprises of the Spirit that Francis talks about. It seems to be picking up a bit of steam. Well, it's not slowing down because it's a steam engine. And those things, you don't want to jump out in front of them because you're not going to stop it. And that's what the Archdiocese of New York has done. They're stomping out, they're at least attempting to stomp out any desire for reverence among the faithful, and they're not going to win this fight. You're picking a fight with, you know, and you know, the Archdiocese of New York, they have James Martin in there. They have openly LMNOP priest Father Brian Massingale, and probably a lot of other terrible, repulsive figures who claim to be Catholic as well. I think Fordham University and the Archdiocese of New York. I don't know, but there's some really ridiculous stuff that goes on there. All right, so Cupich. So Cardinal Cupich wrote a letter in Father James Martin's for his website, for like a blog on his website, and where he seemed to endorse LMNOP adoption. Here's the quote. He said, "Many LMNOPQ people also learn and know what sacrificial love is as they take on the role of parenting children who otherwise would not have a home." So LMNOP people learn what sacrificial love is. So that is disgusting, but completely in line with what Cupich has stood for. And again, it's just tough to be shocked by any of this stuff anymore. But they're moving, you know, they're moving further and further left, and it's, you know, I think everyone knows exactly what they stand for, and it's not Catholicism. Okay, and these they need to be, they do need to be, they need to be rejected. They need to be opposed and resisted. All right, a provisional document published by the Italian Bishops' Conference on Friday, January 10th, and approved by the Vatican, cautiously opens the door for the ordination of openly disordered men to the priesthood while maintaining the normal requirement of chastity. So the quote goes, the document says, in the formative process, when referring to men who are attracted to men tendencies, it's also appropriate not to reduce discernment only to this aspect, but as for every candidate, to grasp the meaning and the global framework of the young person's personality. The document reads, adding that the goal is for the candidate to know himself and find harmony between his human and priestly vocation. There's actually no difference. There's not two vocations, so I don't understand this. And they have since backpedaled and pointed out it was pointed out that similar language was used by Benedict XVI. However, the way it's worded certainly leaves people to interpret it in a negative sense of basically basically not outright rejecting men who are attracted to men, which should happen. That the men who are attracted to men they should not be accepted to seminaries. Okay. And this was signed off by Francis, so take that for what it's worth. All right. Okay, so Biden spoke with Francis on Saturday and named him a recipient of the Presidential Medal of Freedom with distinction, the White House said in a statement. As the nation's highest honor, the medal is presented to individuals who have made exemplary contributions to the prosperity, values, or security of the United States, world peace, or other significant societal, public, or private endeavors, the statement said. This is the first time Biden has awarded the medal with distinction, according to the statement. So, yeah, that's just not very good. But what has Francis done that contributes to? Well, he hasn't done anything that contributes to anything in the United States, and he hasn't contributed to world peace or other significant societal, public, or private endeavors, whatever that means. But he hasn't done any of that. In fact, all he's really done is just undermine the Catholic faith, and so you have, I mean, as the saying goes, you have a fake president giving a fake award to a fake pope. So take it for what it's worth. All right. And a story of should give you hope. The LMNOP mayor of Torre Calaveras, Ruben Garcia de Andres, an anti-church socialist, was denied Holy Communion on Saturday, and he whined about it on social media. The priest of Torre Calaveras, the Diocese of Segovia, told Garcia he could not receive Holy Communion because he was living in mortal sin with another man. Garcia complained to the diocese, which replied that the teaching is clear. He also revealed he had been a lector at Eucharist until 2 years ago when the diocese removed him. So the quote, okay, so Garcia said the Church of Segovia has not seen the arrival of the springtime of Francis. He wants to fight and work until my last breath to change the situation. The Spanish regime media are now harassing the priest. So this is particularly a priest that we need to stand behind. And okay, let's see here. Okay. All right. So this is a priest we need to stand behind, and I don't know. Does it say anything about? It doesn't say anything about his bishop, his priest bishop. So Francis basically doesn't want priests to deny communion to anyone who supports the slaughter of the unborn. And of course, LMNOP, that's taking it a step further. Francis definitely, and he meets with men who pretend to be women every week. So that's yeah. But Francis himself has basically implied that that no one should be denied communion. Basically, he definitely undermined the U.S. bishops' initiative to deny communion to Biden and similar politicians and public figures who promote anti-Catholic values. And so I don't know if this priest is going to last much longer in this diocese, but you know, he did the right thing. He certainly did the right thing. So, um, okay. Let's see. And I keep getting lots of bots. It's just, I don't know why we get so many bots on this channel. It's like, honestly, I don't know who's even watching. Like, I don't know, there's some regular viewers and I recognize them, but there's always a spike in viewers. They just tune into the channel for a few seconds and leave weird comments, and I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, but I still like to talk about the news, and I hope that people actually like kind of follow these news stories because there are other places that cover the news, and I just hope that people pay attention. Anyway, okay. All right, this has been EVTN News. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. We are the laity, and we will not be silent.